Hi fashion designer, and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to share with you how to sew this pattern that I already shared here on my channel with a power bar. So today I'm going to show you step by step on how to actually sew this bra. So if you want to know how to draft the pattern, I'll definitely post a link down in the description. So before we waste any time, let's get started. So I have my lace fabric, which is 20% lace, and I folded it into half, and this is where I'm going to be cutting my upper cap, the lower cap, the power bar also. And I took another piece of fabric and I folded it into half, and I went ahead and I cut out the frame or cradle. So just to go through all the pieces, over here it's the power bar, and I went ahead and I cut it out on a sheer cup lining to give it support. And for the upper cap it's just one layer, and for the power bar I did cut the lace including the sheer cup lining also. Even the cradle I did the same thing, the lace including the sheer cup lining. And for the band, we are going to be using spandex, which is the stretchiest fabric. So starting with the cups, I am going to take the upper cup and place it right sides facing. Please make sure that you match the notches. So I'm going to take the upper cup right sides facing with the sheer cup lining, and then I'm going to take my lace, place it on top. So basically I'm going to sandwich the upper cup in between these two layers. So over here I took this to the sewing machine and I'm sewing a straight stitch to attach those three layers. And as you can see, as I'm going to open it up, all the seams are tucked in between. They're not visible on the inside, including the outside. So to finish off this cup, we need to take it to the sewing machine and sew a top straight stitch right on the seam. So I've done the same thing on both of the cups. Now it's time for us to construct the power bar. For the power bar, it's very easy. I took these two layers, the sheer cup lining including the lace, and I'm just going to sew a straight stitch, the longest straight stitch, and just to place these two pieces together. Then I am going to attach my fold over elastic, as you can see. So when you sew the fold over elastic, make sure you do not put too much tension on the elastic. Don't put too much and also don't make it too loose. So you have to find the balance on how to actually pull the elastic. I'm using a zigzag stitch to actually sew this fold over elastic. And this is how it turned out. So now it's time for us to attach this power bar onto the cups. So in order for you to know the placement of where you want to place the power bar, this is the armhole. So make sure that the pointed part, it's all directly to the lower cup, like so, and then the armhole is just placed right where the armhole of the power bar is. So that's how it is. That's how the placement should be also on the fabric. And then when you're done, you want to pin it together. You want to pin all these pieces together and then take this to the sewing machine and just sew a stay stitch. So when I did attach the power bar, I left around 1 cm right on the top. This is where we're going to be attaching the neckline elastic. So the next thing we need to do is to now arrange the frame to attach this cup. Now for the frame, you are going to take the sheer cup lining and take your lace fabric, place them right sides facing, and then sew a straight stitch right on the center. Then now once you are done, I'm going to now flip this to the correct side so that the seam can be inside or tucked in between the two layers. Then arrange my 2 layers like so, the lining including the shear cup, and go ahead and do a simple hand stitch. And this is how it looks. This hand stitch, I'm later on going to remove the stitches once I attach the cups. So now you want to go ahead and attach the band. So right sides facing on this side like so, and you want to do this on both sides. So once you're done attaching the band, you want to push the seam. Please take note, you're pushing the seam towards the frame, not towards the band. So I'm going to go ahead and sew a straight stitch. Now to attach the cups, I am going to attach the elastic right on the cups like so, and take this to the sewing machine and sew a zigzag stitch. Now please take note, when I pull again the elastic, I'm pulling it just enough. Don't put too much tension on the elastic. Now once I am done sewing the elastic on the neckline, this is how it will look. Now you want to go ahead and correct the armhole now and sew another straight stitch. Now when you attach a elastic on your neckline, now we're talking about stitches. For the stitch you should use, I have number 1 and number 2. One of these two you can use, and you can set your machine on that stitch. Now let's talk about the length of the stitch. If you're going to use number 3 as your length, which is the narrower length of your stitch, it's going to cause waves, okay? And your neckline is going to be too big. Now if you increase the length of your zigzag, it's going to help the elastic to stretch nicely. The second point is how you use or you pull your elastic. Make sure that you don't make it too loose when you attach the elastic on the neckline, and make sure you do not pull the tension of the elastic too much. So you just want it to be medium. So those are the 2 points you should take note of. So after that explanation, coming back to attaching the cups on the cradle, I am going to first mark the center point with my pin over there, and I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. Even the cups I've did, go ahead and mark the center point. I used the lower cup pattern to mark the center point. Now what I'm going to do is first attach the first cup off, and I'm going to make sure that it is aligned right on the armhole. So I'm going to pin this down. I'm going to place it right side like so. So first I'm going to start right on the center point of the neckline, and then go around and pin it. So once I'm done pinning, you want to take this to the sewing machine and sew a straight stitch. Now the cups, they are attached like so. So now we want to go ahead and attach the channeling. So you want to make sure when you attach the channeling, you attach from the armhole and then on the inside of the cup also. So as you can see that I'm attaching the channeling on top of the line that is connecting the cup and also the cradle. And this is how it turned out. For a neat finish, you want to just trim off the excess fabric right under the channeling. So for the underbust elastic, I am going to cut it 1 inch shorter than the actual measurement of the underbust, and then I am going to pin it from one end to another. So when you do sew this underbust elastic, you want to stretch the elastic, not the fabric. So I'm going to be using my zigzag stitch over here while I am stretching my elastic. Again, do not forget to trim off all the excess fabric for a professional finish. So the elastic, I went ahead and I flipped it in, then I sew a zigzag stitch right on top to finish it off. So I'm going to do the same thing on the armhole. While I sew it, I'm going to stretch it, and this is how it looks. I'm going to trim off some excess fabric also, then flip it in and sew a top zigzag stitch. Now this is how it turned out. I'm just going to go ahead and cut out some excess threads. Now the next thing we need to do is to attach the strip. I'm going to use my bend pattern, and right on the center I'm going to place my pin. This is where I'm going to place the strip, and I'm going to cut the strip on the same size as the width of my band and a little bit 1 inch extra. And then I'm going to cut 2 of these. I'm going to grab my ring and insert it right on the tip of the strap, fold it, and then take it to the sewing machine and just sew a straight stitch. Once you're done, you want to place the strap right directly to where you place the pin and sew a straight stitch. And this is how it looks when the strap is attached. So now we want to construct the strip. If you want to know more in detail, I'll also post another link on how to arrange or construct the strap. In this tutorial it might not be so clear, but basically it's almost the same idea as is shown on other tutorials. So one tip I want to give you: when you insert the strip, make sure you insert it from behind, because if you insert it from the front, it's going to twist. So once you're done attaching it, you want to make sure that you also attach it to the tip of the cup, the upper cup, and sew a straight stitch. Now once you're done, you want to flip it back and then sew another top straight stitch. So the bra is almost done. Now the next thing is to finish off our channeling. So now we want to go to the sewing machine and sew a straight stitch right on the edge of the channeling. And this is how it looks from the outside. As you can see, the seam, and we are done with the channeling. And the last thing we need to attach is the hook and eye. And guys, I will show you the results once it's complete. And there we go, guys. The excitement, guys, that I have. This bra is the best. I hope you enjoy making this project as much as I did. As for me, see you on the next one.